We'll move on to new business, and the first item would be consideration for approval of a Spanish language immersion trip. And Senorita Ritter is here to give us the details.
Do I have to go right here?
Yep, right there, and then if you want to tell me when to hit the
button? You can hit it right now.
Okay.
When?
When?
Now. When? You asked summer of 2015. No, just after, we've been wanting to do this for a while. This isn't something new. We did a Spain trip probably about 5 years ago, where I think Senor Julio probably got his first gray hair or two, taking 10 or 12 children there. It was a blast. But just over the summer, I get kids asking all the time if we can go somewhere, so I'm like, okay, we're doing something. This is getting old. So hopefully with your approval, this particular organization, Interact, you can click it, Cindy, is out of Green Bay. Mrs. Friedel used to use them. It's the program that she always used. They're very local, very kind, good people. They have payment plans set up already in advance. They've done it so much, they've got a system to go through. Whereas some other programs, I did look at a different program, but it had none of that. And although it was definitely geared towards students, they had no help as far as organizing it, etc. So I thought for our first time, back in the saddle again after 5 years, that this would be a good way to work with these people again. They were really nice the first time. And of course, if you can click it again. So the day one, it's to Costa Rica. They have 5 different types of stays if you go to Costa Rica, only varying probably just because of region, but they also have Guatemala, Mexico, La Dominica Republicana. They've got quite a few different programs that we could go to, but I thought let's start off with Costa Rica. It's tropical. I want the tropics if I'm going. But if we go with them, that doesn't mean the next time we'd have to do Costa Rica again. They've got many programs all over. And the one thing with Latin America too, I don't know if it's considered closer or not, but generally the prices are a little bit more affordable than going to Spain. Spain is going to average through these kind of programs $500 to $800 more. So this will keep the cost down, hopefully, but still, for hitting 2015, maybe we can get a few fundraisers in and help the kids. We can break that cost down a bit for them. As you can see, day one obviously arrived. Day two, they get, from my understanding, without having talked to the Interact program yet, you have a family stay. And then, of course, they're doing some, if you look there, you can click again, Cindy. Oh, you did, thank you. But they're doing, some local craft things. They're doing the chocolate and the coffee things, which are, Costa Rica's biggest exports. And another thing that this program specializes, especially with its Latin American stays, if you click it again, Cindy, is you have to do something socially and in support of the local economy, i.e. going to an orphanage. They have to really get involved with some kids or school organization there, which is awesome, I think. Really, hopefully will open up some eyes, especially kids from Toma, or any kid actually at the high school age, going to a daycare orphanage. And it's a minimum, they're going to spend a minimum of 90 minutes there, but up to the whole day there, depending on what the project is. And they also want the kids to fundraise to go there, as far as bring school supplies, so that you're able to provide something for the kids, and then this organization Interact also then donates a certain amount of money to wherever they go. So I just think it's all around great, as an ambassador, as these kids will be, and or at the humanitarian look of it. I think it's great, especially when in Costa Rica, which is third world country technically. It's good for them to experience some things. Then it sounds like the last, day and a half, 3 days, a little more adventurous, doing some of the cool things about Costa Rica and the yunque and zip lining, which is the other trip that I looked at was all about zip lining, whitewater rafting, a lot of cool things, and it did have a family stay in it, but it wasn't really geared towards more, the cultural aspect is more like, let's have some fun. But this does include some fun stuff and or just hanging out on the beach, which is always a great experience too for the kids. And comparable, most other, about 4 or 5 that I looked into are with the same length, cost about the same. I believe this program is actually usually cheaper because they also include airport costs, passport costs, any kind of incidental fees that some programs don't tell you. These guys are really nice. Maybe it's because they're by the Packers. I don't know. You can watch my plane come, and then on the 8th day we go away. You can click it again. Adios. A los Estados Unidos. And then if you do the last one, do we have sound? Oh, shucks. I had some olays in the background. Ole. So that's it. Just like to get it going, like I said. So since it's the 2013, I think a year and a bit would be a good planning time. We didn't want to overlap with the German trip at the same time, but I didn't really want to. The Spanish department anyway, as a whole, we didn't want to extend it to 2016. That's just too far away. But maybe once we get it up and going, then we'll try and do every other year, opposite of the German trip, just in case we have kids that are in both classes, both languages. So that's what our thought is for now anyway. Hopefully we'll get it into a even year cycle. But we'll start with the 15. ¿Preguntas? ¿Alguien quiere hablar español conmigo? Anybody have any questions or concerns or? Wow.
Sounds very good. 5 years ago, did they do the homestay type of a plan also?
Yeah, I believe it was 2 nights or 3 nights with a family. I think it's 2 nights for sure. May have been 3. And then, they went all over Spain, 3 or 4 different cities. They had a really good time. I think it was a 9-day trip, 10-day max. You remember? Just curious. I just remember, Julio was excited when he got back. His stress. Like I said, they're very reputable. They work with over 500 districts, 500 groups. Finally, right? Mrs. Sherwood's been bugging me about this too for a while, in a good way.
Do you have any sense of interest in it? It all
I've probably had 10 kids that are, I would say once a week, come and bug me. My guess, once I can say that yes, let's do this, let's work towards it, especially being that it's like $800 or $700 cheaper than going to Spain. I'm hoping at least 15. It'd be nice if there was more. So that's the goal. Fingers crossed. No.
So an ideal number just to make the trip sort of interesting and fun.
I have to have 6.
You have to have 6.
Have to have 6,
But
and then
15 to 20 or so would be
great. But then I believe I have to have chaperones for every 10. Is that correct? Who knows the rules?
When it's an overnight trip.
Thank you, Mr. Ewers. Yeah, every 10 you need a chaperone. So if I had 20, I'd at least need me and somebody else. I could probably twist the lunch lady's arm.
Amy,
Yeah.
how does that work with new since the projected date is maybe a year and a half to 2 years? How does that work with the new kids coming in? Then are they offered the trip? Like the freshmen?
what we're trying to do is, this would be 9 through 12. What happens is with these programs, they start at 14. They don't want middle school age. I don't know if that has to do with liabilities or whatever, but I honestly haven't found a program that, actually that's not true. There are a couple that would cater to also the middle school age, but then they kind of do them separate. Now, Tanya's coming next month on the agenda to talk about, at the middle school level, we'll do a hosting experience for the middle school age, where they can host some Spanish kids from wherever. I'm not sure, I think they come from everywhere. And that would be the middle school experience. When you get to high school, if you're in any one of our classes, Spanish 1 through Spanish, hopefully 5, that you can do this at the high school level. Because even, I believe this organization also is, you have to be a minimum of 14 years old to do it. Does that make sense?
So then, say you did some fundraising within your group this year, so the seniors who would fundraise this year wouldn't be able to go because they would be gone, right?
Technically, then my guess was they would be a chaperone.
Oh.
I don't know that I want that, but no, I mean, I don't. I'm not sure. Not that we haven't thought about that, but usually when I talk to my seniors now,
They wouldn't be a chaperone.
yeah, they would. They're in college
so they
mode.
would fundraise for, not for themselves, but for the.
If they wanted to.
If that, okay.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I anticipate.
Individual fundraising.
Right.
Each student would fundraise if they're planning.
Which is a whole nother ball of wax that I've got to
I remember.
start to anticipate and take care of.
I think it's good to have another opportunity for kids in our school district to travel abroad.
Yeah.
It's been consistently the German class that's been doing it. It would be nice to be able to.
Yes, do something in Spanish. Yes, it's ridiculous not to.
Definitely. Do you need approval for this to move ahead on it, or?
Yes, we would like your approval so she can continue to pursue
Well, it's going to be a difficult decision. Let's get through this, everyone.
The kids will be excited.
Who gets to chaperone? Is
Yeah,
that what
that's
the-
I'm worried maybe I'll have more chaperones than children. One adult per kid. Now adults be good. No.
So I'd look for a motion to approve the Spanish immersion trip as presented.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the Spanish language immersion trip as presented. Any other questions?
No.
Not all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Could-
Opposed, say no. Ayes have it, the motion carries.
We could say Olay instead. All in favor, say Olay.
Say olé.
Thank you. The kids will be so excited.
Have luck planning.
Good luck with it, yes.